Hey everybody, Dr. Hill here, and today we're going to be talking about some common treatments that we use to manage allergies in dogs.
Great. So, what are some common treatments for dog allergies?
So as you can see by what I've got here on my table, there's quite a bit that's out there, and a lot of times it's not uncommon that your veterinarian might actually recommend a combination of these to try to get your pet the most relief and try to get things managed the best we can. And so like here I have a bunch of ear flushes that we use here. I also love to use bathing therapy. I think it's really beneficial and can be great and sometimes prevents us from using like oral antibiotics. I've also got things like omega-3 fatty acids and some sprays, some medicated sprays. And then a lot of times we'll recommend either maybe Cytopoint or Apoquel to help with your pet's itching, because that tends to be one of the most common symptoms is that pets are super itchy, and Apoquel and Cytopoint are really great tools that we have to help manage your pet's itch. Sometimes we'll recommend a hypoallergenic diet if we kind of get to that point and feel like that's really going to be beneficial to your pet. And then any pet with allergies really benefits from being on at least a flea and tick prevention, but of course I'm going to recommend full prevention, so heartworm, intestinal parasite, flea, and tick, which we have here. Simparica Trio does everything. Bravecto here does fleas and ticks, and we carry both of these in the clinic.
All right, so just going off that, how are flea and insect bites on my dog treated?
Yeah, so the best way is to actually prevent them, and that's what I love with these preventions right here. So both of these products have the most recent or newest drug class in them to manage fleas and ticks. It's the isoxazoline class, which is a mouthful. And when I say newest, these guys have been on the market, or the drug class has been on the market for at least, the past 5 to 8 years. So they're not brand new. There's a lot of research to go with them, but man, are they effective. And they do a wonderful job of killing fleas and ticks that might get on your pet. Now, the thing is they do have to get on your pet and bite them in order to uptake the medication, but they are wicked fast at killing them. So usually there's death of the parasite within 2 to 12 hours, which is awesome. So if we can prevent the bite from happening, that's the first place to start, because some pets, all it takes is one bite to trigger a reaction, and we generally call that flea allergy dermatitis, and what it is they're allergic to the saliva of the flea, and so that's what we want to try to prevent.
So what medicine is safe for dogs with allergies?
So there's a lot out there. A lot of the products that we have here on the table are really safe for just about any pet. Of course, these topical products, and I'll kind of pull this guy here too, these are all going to be safe even if your pet maybe has like heart murmur, or maybe you were monitoring their liver values, or dental disease or things like that. These topical products are really going to be safe for any pet and can be super, super effective. My next favorite are going to be these omega-3 fatty acids, and the reason why I like them for a pet who may have some other issues is they are all natural. So they just kind of replace some of the natural anti-inflammatories in the body. But we use things like Apoquel and Cytopoint quite frequently in dogs of all shapes and sizes that have all kinds of conditions, and they really do really well.
So can I give my dog Benadryl for allergies?
So it's definitely something that you could try. What I tend to tell most of my clients is that I really like Benadryl for kind of those acute allergic reactions. So you think about getting stung by a bee, or maybe you have a course of hives or something like that. I really like Benadryl for those things, but for long-term allergy management, we just don't find that Benadryl tends to be as effective as some other things out there. But it doesn't mean I do recommend Zyrtec to a lot of my patients too. And that's something that, owners can get inexpensively at the drugstore or the pharmacy, that can help manage long-term allergies or maybe seasonal allergies. Both of my dogs are on Zyrtec March through October. But the best thing to do is to get an appropriate dose for it from your veterinarian.
Great. So, are there any holistic options for dog allergies?
So, besides kind of things like bathing therapies, the omega-3 fatty acids, in my mind, would kind of, run into the holistic end of things. What we definitely don't recommend is applying essential oils or things like that directly to your pet, because what we do find is sometimes those can actually be pretty irritating to their skin. But, consulting with your veterinarian, if you find a product that you may want to give a try, best thing to do is to call your veterinarian. Worst case scenario, they may find something in there that they say, this product I'm not totally comfortable with, but maybe let's try this one.
Great. So my last question is there anything I need to do in my home environment for my dog's allergies?
Depending on what your dog is sensitive to, regularly laundering their bed is wonderful. A lot of owners forget to wash their pet's bed, and sometimes that can be the source of the allergens that cause the allergic reaction. Bathing, so they say that, skin turnover, or skin cell turnover in dogs is about every 21 days. So veterinary dermatologists really recommend bathing your dog at least once a month, if not every 3 weeks. So that can help a lot too. Sometimes if you notice them licking their feet, it can be just as simple as wiping off their feet with a wet washcloth right after they come in from outside. But there's a whole slew of things, keeping the house clean, vacuumed, all of that good stuff, and really keeping them on a prevention too would be really helpful, because once fleas get in your house, they're really hard to get rid of. But we can gladly talk through anybody with any of these recommendations at any time. All you got to do is give us a call.
All right. Thank you.
You're so welcome.